right, welcome to a special session of Amplifying Voices, Early Career Researchers Making Waves in Aquatic Sciences. Today, we are going to be introducing and taking a virtual tour of the ASLO DEIJ Forum. Let's see. So my name is Leslie Townsell. My pronouns are she, her, hers, and I am the DEIJ intern and the forum moderator. I'm currently a graduate student at the University of Georgia studying the impacts of climate change on oysters. This inaugural internship started in April of 2021 with the goal of creating the DEIJ Forum. So be on the lookout if you're interested in being the next DEIJ Forum moderator, because applications will be opening soon. So the forum is a virtual safe space that is moderated to facilitate conversations among ASLO members on how to create a more diverse and inclusive aquatic scientific society that fosters a sense of belonging for all. Additionally, we hope that the forum will allow members to share their resources and communicate how they as individuals and as part of their professional institutions are creating these safe and inclusive and diverse communities. And we do this in order to share kind of what works and what doesn't work in creating these spaces. So currently the forum has job opportunities, articles of interest, events, and so much more that subscribers can take advantage of, and I will get more into detail on that shortly. So, why is the forum needed? Racial tensions grew worldwide in 2020, ranging from the murder of Breonna Taylor and George Floyd to the EndSARS protests in Nigeria, and the reignited protest of the death of Adama Traore, a young Black man murdered by the Paris police in 2016. These racial tensions led to an increase in sensitivity to not only racial issues, but issues that all minoritized groups encounter. For example, 2020 was by far the worst year for transphobic violence. I say this to say that diversity is all encompassing. So I want to know how you guys define diversity. You can go ahead and drop it in the chat. Feel free to come off mute, turn your video off. I want this session to be interactive. So if you have a definition of diversity, give it to me because I want to put all of them together for you. Anybody want to drop it in the chat?
I'm a slow typist.
Okay, we've got some great ones in the chat. So I'm going to start reading what you guys have put in the chat. We've got variety, differences in self-ascribed identities, sustainability, multiple backgrounds, all feel comfortable and ideas welcome, representation of different identities and lived experiences. These are all great. Belonging, people of different ethnic and racial backgrounds, worldviews, sexual orientations, gender identities. These are great. Wow. I'm so proud of you guys. These are really awesome. Did you guys read the forum? Did you read the DEIJ entry in the forum? I hope so. Well, these are all great answers. And what I'm understanding overall is that diversity is the variety and inclusion of people from these various underrepresented and minoritized backgrounds. How can these minoritized backgrounds be categorized? Oh, we have another one, adding to Rox's comment, ableism, yes. So how can these minoritized groups be categorized? Go ahead and you guys can start putting that in the chat as well. Don't be shy. You guys had some really great answers the last time around.
Leslie, I guess I'm not quite sure what your question is, how to categorize people?
Yeah, so what are the different categories of these minoritized groups? Like what kind of categories do you have of them? So a lot of people focus on race, but there's also others. And I know one of them was put in the, a few of them were put in the chat already. Like somebody said, Rock said racial backgrounds, worldviews, sexual orientations, gender identities, age structure, ableism. ethnicity, socioeconomic background, nationality, first language, socioeconomic status, culture, nation, race, ethnicity, education, background, gender, abilities, economics, education. These are really, really great answers. I mean, you guys kind of just took the words out of my mouth, religious views and practices. Yeah, and that's just to name a few. There's so many ways that these can be, first generation. There's so many different categories that these minoritized groups fall in. And a lot of the times, people will actually extend beyond just one category. They'll actually be in multiple categories. So this forum is not only about diversity, but it's also about inclusion, equity, and justice. So we know that the E in DEIJ stands for equity. Can you guys give me a definition for what equity means? You guys can drop it in the chat or come off mute. Access to what is needed to succeed. Equal opportunity. Providing the same opportunity, correcting for bias. These are fantastic answers. Yeah, so it's basically equal opportunities for all, the fair and impartial treatment of all of the aforementioned groups that we just went over. So what about inclusivity? What does that mean? Feeling like one belongs and is welcome, recognizing and valuing diversity, accepting people as they are, creating safe spaces for people to feel welcome and be their authentic self, taking part fully, acceptance. These are all really, really good answers, everyone. Openness, proactive seeking of inclusion, welcoming. So yeah, inclusivity is basically providing that equal access to opportunities and resources to all of the groups that we mentioned before as well. And what about J? J is for justice. So what do we mean by justice? Feel free to add it in the chat. Being accomplices and standing up for the rights of those that minorities are discriminated against. Yes, I love that word, accomplices. We don't need allies, we need accomplices.
We sure do.
Ensuring that inclusion is achieved, that bias is recognized and corrected. That's a fantastic answer. So justice is also the act of removing barriers that prevent the groups from participating equally and fairly. Accountability for injustices. Oh yeah, that's a big one. Fair treatment for all. Fair treatment without prejudice. So 2020 led to an increased sensitivity among institutions, many taking a closer look at their DEIJ practices. ASLO created a safe space to promote a meaningful change in the community through the implementation of the forum. Why is a safe space so important though? So a safe space allows people to show up as they are with no judgment from their peers. Additionally, our safe space is moderated and we have a code of conduct that all users must abide by in order to show respect for all. So this is a reminder that anyone can see the forum, but only members that are logged in can post, which I will demonstrate when I take you guys on a virtual tour of the forum. Oh, we got one more answer. Equal doesn't mean the same for all. I love that. Okay, so in the forum, you guys, you all will be able to find a code of conduct, events in different regions, scientific articles about DEIJ, jobs, fellowships, internship opportunities, definitions to commonly used terms, a resource library, and you can even start your own topic. So I'm going to walk you all through this in just a few minutes. And reminder, the forum is open for everyone to view, but only registered ASLO members with a profile can post by signing in. So have you all subscribed to the forum yet? Have you posted anything? Not quite? That's okay. The forum is going to be up forever. So there's plenty of time to join in all of the fun and stay up to date on discussions. So make sure you are subscribed. Follow at ASLO_org on Twitter, and then follow the hashtag ASLO_DEIJ to highlight the discussions to the broader scientific community. I'm sorry, broader aquatic scientific community. And then you guys can also engage with me, your trusty moderator. If you are unsure about your login information for this next step, please email Paul at webeditor@aslo.org, and he can assist you in retrieving your login credentials. And then remember, the ASLO elections are happening soon, and you will also need those login credentials to vote. So now I'm going to lead everybody over to the forum and show you guys what it looks like logging in, and when you're not logged in, as well as when you're logged in. So I'm going to do another screen share. I'm going to stop screen sharing right now. And okay. I've lost my cursor. Here it is. Oh, I'm going to give you guys the link to the forum one more time, just in case. And that will be in the chat. Okay. Okay, so you should see the ASLO forum on this page, on my screen share currently. At the top, you're going to see diversity, equity, inclusion, and justice. Can everybody see my new screen share?
Yes.
Yep. Fantastic. Yep. So as you see here, I'm not logged in because it says login/register. So this is what you can see when you are not logged in. It's just going to have our welcome right here. You'll be able to access the code of conduct, the DEIJ resource library, as well as the community contributed resources thread. There's just a couple of rules right here outside of the code of conduct that we really wanted to highlight for you, and some more resources. So you'll also be able to see the topics. So if we go to the environmental justice topic, you'll be able to see a few posts. There's about 3 posts right here that you can see in this. But as you can see down here, I cannot post anything. It's asking me to sign in. So I'm going to go ahead and log in. And now if I scroll down, I can post something. So if I take you all back to the DEIJ homepage, I do want to walk you through a few things. So if you click this link, you will be able to access our code of conduct. This is a code of conduct that ASLO has in general to help us all be productive members of the aquatic science community. If you go over to the DEIJ resource library, you can see different websites, different consulting agencies that you could possibly use, blogs, as well as online articles. And then there's one research article listed here. One of my favorite things, I might be a little bit biased, is the Black and Marine Science website right at the top. So you guys can go ahead and explore that and click on the different links in the ASLO DEIJ resource library. And I hope that it's useful for you if you guys would like, in addition to the library, or if you all have suggestions on anything else to include in the library, please go ahead and start a topic by entering the title right here, and then entering this anything that you want to type about the topic. And if it's something that you would like added to the DEIJ library, just go ahead and put that down at the bottom. This would be a great resource to add to the DEIJ resource library, and we'll get that added for you. So we do have a few posts outside of what I've posted. We had a post about society membership. This is the one of the first posts that I did, DEIJ, what does it mean? And what I did was I broke down each of the letters and then I put them together kind of using a metaphor. Does anybody have any questions so far about the forum?
No, but it'd be great, Leslie, if we could capture some of the collective intelligence exercise you did today and post some of that into what does DEIJ mean? Because this is kind of a collective exercise and you asked all the questions. And so now we have some community responses. So it'd be really great if we could do that.
I just saved the chat. So let me
Right. So it's all there in the chat and the whole thing is being recorded. So we'll be able to send a link to that as well. You include the link as well.
I saved the chat. So hopefully I can get that copied and pasted and reformatted to get onto the forum for this week. Community contributed resources. This is where I would love to see participation from everybody. Oh, there we go. We've got some great community resources. Ajit posted an article about code switching. Brittany posted this article about changing the culture of the coastal ocean and marine sciences. So these are some really cool articles that everybody can read and take advantage of. There was also some posts in here about, I guess, how to write a better letter of recommendation for those people that are in minoritized groups to make sure that you are really playing on their strengths and you're not just using these adjectives that are kind of general for everybody. If nobody has any questions, I'm gonna go ahead and stop screen sharing